a kind of like a strength out of it, of this kind of weakness, you know. For example, that you say you combine this sale of the inefficient stuff with aggressive marketing strategy, and through that you could increase awareness, and through that you could push another product. Would that make sense, or is that too simple thought?
No. It's a good question. The main problem with pushing inefficient stock is your branding, because if we intend to survive, we intend to be here for the next 100 years. We intend to maintain our brand, which we hope, is a good brand from at least from our understanding. It's a strong brand. But if we are okay, everybody can accept during this time that people are cutting prices, so we cut price. During this time, everybody can accept that. But if you're out publicly selling, what would be called factory outlet, or what's another term that you guys might understand, so-called defective stock at cheap price, doing a warehouse sale, the problem there would be the brand, suddenly, hey, what is Miller doing? How come they're promoting that they must have all this lousy stock and they're promoting it, even though everybody does. I'm very sure the next factory has almost just as much, if not more, because we're relatively small, if not more so-called inefficient stock. But to publicly do it,
it's hurting your branding.
Yeah,
of course.
it will hurt our branding. So, okay, maybe I'm doing your work for you, but one of the strategies that we're trying to apply is to sell it into other countries that most have the least effect on our branding, like Cambodia, Laos, maybe Malaysia. Another possible thing to do is to repack these products into standard export packaging, or non-branded packaging, and export it, or even sell it locally. What we do is we have a specific agent that sells into again, I'm doing your work for you. That sells into provinces, that remote provinces, and we give him a batch discount. We say, okay, here's a whole list of products, take it all, and we give it to you at this package price. So that's one of the strategies that we've been applying. So as to hurt our
and
brand.
Successfully so far.
In terms of cash, yes.
Helps with liquidity.
Yeah, because that's what we need, cash flow today. High inventory on hand. Okay, so to address this statement specifically, quality, as I explained, is more important to us today, because we want efficient stock to get the value and the cash that we want back. But in terms of quantity, which is what I think this is referring to, we've dropped from our normal 600,000 down to almost 400,000, 300,000 to 400,000. But unfortunately, the quality has reversed. It's more inefficient than efficient. So that is where we are today in terms of our inventory. But but for you to understand that, sorry, I had to go through that long explanation.
That's good to know.
Okay. Anything to add? Okay, so that's next one. Not sustainable design process. Okay, can somebody?
Because we are wondering that you have a team, a design team to have a new product design, but is there any benchmark to measure it? If competitiveness of the design and how can we catch up with the current market trend because art is something that is invisible.
Okay, but you've made this statement. I'd like to understand how you came up with this statement.
We just our thinking that if you do not have a standard, and how can you if the market change and how you can catch up with the customer preference, right?
That is all like some idea from our team.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So it's not like the first point where you
Yeah,
actually
it's
have
different.
Yeah.
It's different.
feedback from interviews. Okay, not sustainable design process. We have problems with our design process, but I'm not. I would disagree with, if this is an assumption, I would disagree with the assumption. My response would be, I think we do have a very strong how to say, strong, not methodology, I wouldn't call it a strategy, strong methodology in terms of coming up with new design process. And that process is, we have two sources of coming up with new designs. First is okay, you understand glaze? The thing on top? We have glaze suppliers that are international businesses, okay, and their head office would be what, in Spain, Italy, you know, and Brazil, okay, Brazil. West Peter's from Spain, Johnson Mate,
Johnson from
US. And they would have designs, like design libraries that we choose from, you know. Okay, then you say, oh, but that's not very different from, our competitors would have the same resources, you know. We also have our own internal process where we come up with concepts and themes. If you have, have you been to the office? This office? Okay, so later I'll take you, I'll give you guys a tour. We have what we call a concept team. So we come up with different concepts and innovations to try and be different. If you look at our slogan, we're promoting the fact that we're different and we're creative and high things to come here, which is ask for the difference. So from resources and starting of the design, I think that we have a strong base. Okay, so yes, back to the question of every